Welcome to my channel relating to Bates. Counting on alum Amy Duggar King is back with new updates after her husband was sued for unpaid rent. Dillian previously opened a restaurant in Springdale, Arkansas. Many of their IG posts imply that they barely struggled financially. However, many fans were surprised when Dillian failed to pay rent. But it seems Amy has something to say about it. Keep reading to see her statements. Counting on. Amy Duggar's husband Dylan King sued for unpaid rent. In June 2024, Dylan made headlines after reports surfaced stating that Hillcrest Holdings sued him on January 3, 2024. According to the documents, Winston Holdings, an LLC made up of Dylan and his partners, Flint Boyce and Corey Gator, paid to make the required monthly payments, reaching over $86,000. In December 2024, the judge granted the plaintiff's motion, resulting in Dylan having to pay the full $236,000 judgment plus interest and attorney's fees. The Counting on alum was also required to file a schedule of all of his property within 45 days. Amy talks crazy closure of business. Some Redditors react to Amy Duggar King's recent IG Live talking about the closure of their business. According to the Counting on alum, they had to shut down the business because it was crazy. Amy didn't exactly clarify what she was talking about, but many Reddit users called her out for seemingly not acknowledging that her husband's failure to pay the rent is the main reason why the business got taken down. Because it was crazy? What does that even mean? It was crazy they expected to receive money every month for rent. Is that a passive way of saying they didn't know how to run the business? I live in the area and I've never been there, but locals really loved the place. They seemed shocked when it closed. Not sure what she means by crazy. I think crazy is not paying your rent, owning a business with no business knowledge. This woman married a man who refers to himself as King Dill Pickle. Counting on. Amy Duggar still looking forward to a better year. Amy previously took to social media to share that she's still looking forward to a better year despite possible financial struggles. According to the Counting on alum, she's been staying up late due to the recent project she's working on. She admitted that she and Dillian had a fair share of challenges this year, but it helped them get stronger and learn who to trust. Amy Duggar King confessed, "If I'm being completely 100% real with you, we are emotionally drained and exhausted. God is good though despite what we have been going through. He has shown up every single time before saying 2025 has good things on the horizon for them." Counting on. Amy Duggar talks crazy over business shutdown. Amy Duggar King is no stranger to the public eye. As the niece of the famous Duggar family, she grew up surrounded by a world of cameras and opinions. But recently, it's her own family and their struggles that have sparked a new wave of attention. Amy Duggar King, a Counting on alum, has been back in the spotlight for reasons she never imagined. Her husband Dylan King being sued for unpaid rent after the closure of their Springdale restaurant. The restaurant, opened with high hopes and much anticipation in Arkansas, had initially looked like a promising venture. With flashy Instagram posts showcasing vibrant dishes, a growing social media presence, and the optimism of a young couple wanting to create a lasting legacy, fans had believed that Amy and Dylan were living the dream. But behind those well-curated posts was a reality that many hadn't expected: a business facing mounting debt, legal troubles, and the inevitable downfall of an ambitious dream. In June 2024, Dylan made headlines when reports surfaced about a lawsuit filed against him and his business partners by Hillcrest Holdings for failing to pay rent. The legal documents revealed that the amount owed exceeded $86,000, and the consequences were severe. What started as an ambitious attempt to create a community staple ended up in a legal battle that only deepened their financial woes. The saga didn't stop there. By December 2024, the judge had granted the plaintiff's motion, resulting in Dylan's obligation to pay a judgment of over $236,000, plus interest and attorney's fees. In the aftermath of the chaos, Dylan was required to file a schedule of all his property, which would be scrutinized to determine the extent of his assets. The courtroom drama unfolded, but it was Amy's response that caught many off guard. Amy talks about the crazy closure. As fans and onlookers waited for any glimpse into the couple's perspective, Amy Duggar King took to her Instagram Live to offer an update on the closure of their business. In a casual tone, she explained that they had decided to shut down the restaurant because it was crazy. While this seemed like a vague and evasive statement, it was all Amy was willing to say about the ordeal. "I know it might seem strange, but it just became crazy," Amy told her followers, offering little elaboration. She didn't directly address the financial situation, nor did she mention Dylan's failure to pay the rent. Instead, she used the word crazy repeatedly, leaving many to speculate on the true nature of the business's struggles. "I mean, crazy, what does that even mean?" One Reddit user wrote in confusion. "She's not even acknowledging that the closure was due to the unpaid rent. Seems like a weird way to avoid the reality of the situation." Many of Amy's followers, including those on social media forums like Reddit, expressed frustration with her lack of transparency. They questioned whether the crazy she referred to was simply a euphemism for deeper problems that went beyond the inability to manage finances. Is crazy her way of saying they didn't know how to run the business? Another Redditor mused. The consensus seemed to be that Amy was attempting to soften the blow of a failure that many fans saw as a lack of preparation or competence. In fact, one commenter noted that they lived in the area and had heard nothing but positive feedback about the restaurant, leading them to believe that the crazy might be an attempt to deflect the blame from the real issue, failure to pay rent. The closure was sudden and caught many by surprise. Locals who had supported the establishment were particularly shocked, as they'd come to love the food and the vibe. But without warning, the restaurant vanished, leaving a trail of unanswered questions. Still, some fans were more sympathetic to Amy, acknowledging that being married to someone facing legal and financial trouble couldn't be easy. "This woman married a man who refers to himself as King Dill Pickle," one commenter wrote, referencing Dylan's lighthearted social media persona. "It's hard to take this seriously, but I imagine they've been struggling privately for months." Fans react to Amy's perspective. Amy Duggar King's Instagram Live was not the only moment in which she reflected on her family's struggles. The Counting on alum has been transparent about her emotional state as of late. She posted heartfelt updates about how 2024 had taken a toll on her and Dylan, emotionally and mentally. But rather than hiding in shame, Amy was determined to look on the bright side. "Despite everything, I'm looking forward to 2025, she wrote on social media in late December. "God has been so good to us, even when things felt impossible. He's been there every single time." In her message, Amy admitted that both she and Dylan were exhausted and emotionally drained from the year's challenges, but she emphasized that they were stronger because of it. They had learned important lessons, including who they could truly trust and where their priorities lay. She made it clear that they hadn't given up, but rather, they had learned to grow through adversity. Her optimism for the future seemed genuine, but some fans were skeptical, questioning whether her cheery outlook masked deeper concerns. "I'm emotionally drained," Amy confessed, "but God is good, and we'll make it through." Despite the upbeat message, many fans were left wondering how much longer the couple would be able to weather the storm. It's no secret that businesses often fail due to a combination of poor management and financial instability, and Dylan's legal troubles only added fuel to the fire. The lawsuit had certainly taken a toll, and while Amy and Dylan were trying to keep their heads above water, many doubted how long they could keep up the front. Financial troubles and the strain on marriage. When a business fails, especially under the weight of financial mismanagement, the strain it places on a marriage can be immense. In Amy and Dylan's case, the added pressure of legal battles and financial uncertainty would naturally test any couple's resolve. Even though Amy was still optimistic about the future, she made it clear that the emotional toll had been significant. She spoke candidly about how long hours spent working on her own projects, combined with the stress of Dylan's business troubles, had led to late nights and emotional exhaustion. "We've definitely had challenges this year, but I believe we've grown because of them," she shared with her followers. Her sentiment of growth through hardship was relatable to many of her fans, but some questioned if the emotional drain had begun to have a negative impact on their relationship. Marriage is difficult enough without the added stress of a failed business, but with Dylan's track record of not paying rent, the situation seemed precarious. "I just can't imagine going through this much stress and coming out stronger," one Reddit commenter posted. "They might be emotionally drained now, but will it still be the same a year from now?" Though it's clear that Amy is trying to stay positive, there's no denying that the couple's future is uncertain. The unpaid rent lawsuit is just one of many financial issues they face, and it's hard to see a way forward without serious changes in how they handle their business ventures and personal finances. Looking forward to a new year. Despite the chaos, Amy Duggar King is determined to remain optimistic. While the restaurant closure was a major blow, she continues to express hope for the future. Her message of faith and perseverance resonates with many of her followers who admire her strength in the face of adversity. "I'm looking forward to what's next," she told fans. "2025 is going to be a better year. I know it." With new projects on the horizon and her focus squarely on her family, Amy is hoping to bounce back stronger than ever. Whether or not she and Dylan can turn the page on their financial troubles remains to be seen, but for now, she is holding on to the belief that good things are still to come. As the Kings move into the new year, their journey will continue to unfold, with fans watching closely to see if they can make a successful comeback. The road ahead might be rocky, but with Amy's optimism and faith, they are counting on a brighter future, no matter what challenges they face. Come back and see more news related to Bates and Duggar.